I am Mrs. Kavita Upadhyay, your English teacher. I welcome all the students of class 10 to today's English class. And for this class, you require a notebook, a pen, a lot of curiosity and enthusiasm. Let's begin the class. English is a living language, you all know. It is spoken all over the world, and there are 4 skills which you must master if you wish to say that you know English. Knowing a language means you can understand what is said or written in that language, or you can express whatever your thoughts and emotions are in the form of writing or in the form of speaking. So there are 4 skills, 2 input skills. One is listening and the other is reading, through which you understand the emotions and feelings and the information given by others. And output skills are the skills through which you express your own thoughts, your emotions, your feelings. These are speaking and writing. And this is writing skill which we are going to deal with in today's lesson. The unit is composition. This is the part 1 of the unit. This will go up to part 5. This is the first part and it involves introduction and controlled composition. The practice in controlled composition. What are the objectives of today's lesson? To make the learners familiar with different forms and types of composition. We will tell you what composition is and how many types and forms of compositions are there. To help them know the use of some connectors which are essential for expressing their thoughts. You know, if you wish to express yourself effectively, you must master some vocabulary, some words and phrases. And we will start with connectors in this part of composition to help them attempt controlled composition. And in the end, we will be practicing to attempt controlled composition. Now children, composition. What is composition? You must have heard that A.R. Rahman is a very good music composer. He composes music. What is composing? Composing in Latin language means to put together, to bring things together. What does A.R. Rahman do? He brings different notes of music and composes them in such a way that there is harmony, there is music in it. In the same way, a written composition, in a written composition, it is the way a writer puts together words and sentences to create a coherent. Coherent means logical and consistent and meaningful work. The work should be logical. It should be linked with each other. The ideas should be linked with each other and it should have a meaning. When there is a coherent and meaningful work, by bringing together words and sentences, it is called a composition. It can be a long one or a short one. Different forms of composition are essay, paragraph, novel, story, guided composition, notice, advertisement, invitation, article, speech, debate, letter, etc. You must have come across most of these in your day-to-day life. You must have read newspaper, articles, and you must have read some stories, some sort of storybooks, some novels, some paragraphs. You read paragraphs in your book daily. So these are forms of composition, some short, some long ones. Now types of writing. Type of writing means different types of writings that we bring together in a composition. These are narrative, descriptive, expository and argumentative. These are broad categories: narrative, descriptive, expository and argumentative. What is narrative? Narrate means to tell. Telling a story, telling about an event which has already taken place. When you relate it, when you tell the story, it is a narrative. Descriptive means describing something, some person or some place, like travelogue. In travelogue, what happens? A person travels places and he describes the place he visits, the people there and the customs there. This is called travelogue and it is a descriptive type of writing because things, places and people are described in it. Expository is logical, orderly, factual and precise form of writing that you read in newspaper reports. some statistical data is there, some kind of graphs may be there. It is logical and your own feelings don't get involved or exposed in that. It is only the fact which is stated. This is called expository kind of writing. Argumentative writing is comparing and contrasting. You have two ideas, two notions, and you compare and contrast which one is better. This is argumentative writing. But you cannot say that one form of writing is not involved with the other form of writing. Like a narrative may involve parts where something is described. Like you must have read the Enchanted Pool. It is the first lesson in your prose. Here Yudhishthira, the story of Yudhishthira and his brothers is described. They go to a pool, and when Yudhishthira goes after his brothers, this story is being related to you, but in the middle they start describing the pool, and even the forest is described. That means the writer has adopted different writing styles in one composition. So these are not exclusive types of writing. They can be used by a person who is preparing a composition. Different forms of types of writing can be used in one composition. Now we come to the vocabulary part. We must add to vocabulary to be able to write effectively. That is connectors. We are going to study connectors in the next part, next section of this lesson. What are connectors? These are these do the work of linking sentences and ideas. When you have different ideas, different sentences, and you start writing them separately, the composition does not become powerful. It does not remain something that is effective. For effective writing, you need to link sentences, you need to link ideas. This is done by connectors or linking words. Read and note the functions the italicized words are doing. I have highlighted them in red color for you, the italicized words. First of all, I entered the room and switched on the light. To my surprise, the room was empty. Evidently, they had stolen everything. So I called my sister, whose husband is in the police department. Finally, I could report the theft when she arrived along with her husband and his team. Now, the first thing that is highlighted is first of all. What is this expression doing? This is beginning a narration. We are narrating an incident of theft and reporting to the police, and to begin it, we have used the expression first of all. This is first of all is used to start a narration. There are other expressions also which can be used to start a narration, but first of all is used here. Then I entered the room and switched on the light. This and is highlighted. What is this and doing here? And is connecting the two activities performed by me. I entered the room, I switched on the light. To connect them, to add information to another information, we are using and. To my surprise, the room was empty. To my surprise, the room was empty. I was surprised at it. I have connected these two sentences together by using to my surprise. I was surprised is contracted. So, to my surprise. Evidently, they had stolen everything. Evidently means it was clear. It was evident. It was evident they had stolen everything. That has been contracted. That has been contracted and turned into evidently. Evidently is here to say that something is clear. So I called my sister, whose husband is in the police department, because everything was stolen. So the reason is everything is stolen, and the result, to tell the result, we are using so. I called my sister, and my sister, her husband is in the police department. Instead of using my sister's husband is in the police department, we are using the word whose. Whose means my sister's husband is in the police department. We have connected two sentences. I called my sister, her husband is in the police department, by using the word whose. Finally, I could report the theft when she arrived. Finally means in the end. I'm ending the incident. The incident is coming to a close. That is why we are using finally here. I could report the theft when. When is denoting the time. When she arrived not alone. She arrived, her husband also arrived with his team. So we can say she arrived along with is adding information and his team, and is also doing the same task of adding information. Now you got it? That we are using these words to form coherent, well-connected sentences, well-connected expression, and a coherent and meaningful composition. Now let us see some other connectors which may be used by you in different situations to add information. If you are adding information one to another, and as well as also and besides can be used. Shyam as well as Shyam and Ram went there, we can say Shyam as well as Ram went there, we can say that also. Shyam went there, also Ram went there, also can be used. Besides selling eraser, they also sell pencils. To illustrate means to give examples. For example, you can use expressions like for example, such as, for instance. These are the expressions which can be used to give example. To express opinion, if you are trying to say what you think, what your opinion is, you can introduce your opinion by saying I think, in my opinion, it is one expression. I believe, I feel, in my view. Some more connectors are there for you. If you are relating cause and effect with each other, if you are connecting cause and effect with each other, you can use words like because, as, and since. Because, as, and since mean the same. I cannot come to school because I am ill. I cannot come to school as I am ill. I cannot come to school since I am ill. All these mean the same. So, as a result, therefore, that is why. So means showing the result. I am ill, so I cannot come. I am ill, as a result I cannot come. I am ill, therefore I cannot come. All these show result. That is why. I am ill, that is why I cannot come. This again is showing the result. Persuasion. Persuasion means emphasizing some point. If you wish to emphasize some point, you can use the expression like of course, undoubtedly, certainly, indeed, clearly, evidently. For contrast and concession. What is contrast? When two opposite situations are present. That is contrast. And concession is in the presence of one situation, some situation should follow. But instead of that situation, if something else follows, that is concession. Like if I have a bicycle, I should go to school using my bicycle, on my bicycle, but I don't go on my bicycle, I go on foot. In spite of having a bicycle, I go on foot. Although I have a bicycle, I go to school on foot. This is concession. Something logical should follow, but that does not follow. Instead, something else happens. In spite of, for concession, however, for contrast, though, for concession, still, for contrast, although for concession, and but for contrast. Conclusion. To sum up, when you try to conclude whatever you have said, you wanted to say you have said, then you wish to conclude that thing. What expressions can be used to conclude something? To sum up, to conclude, finally, and the gist of the matter is. So these are the connectors which you have learnt now, and these will be very helpful for you to write a composition of any kind. Whether long or short, whether a paragraph, short composition, essay, or anything. These will be very useful for you. Now let us check our progress. Let us check if we have learned the connectors well or not. Fill in the blanks with suitable connectors. This is a question for you. You have to pick out suitable connector which fits in the blank given in the question sentences. Ram dash Shyam were not able to cross the stream. Ram dash Shyam were. Were denotes plural subject. Shyam and Ram, two people are there. To make them plural. Individually they are not plural, but when we connect them, they will become plural. And for connecting we use and. Were not able to cross the stream. Dash, they did not know how to swim. There are two things. One is they could not cross the stream, and the other is they did not know how to swim. So there is a cause and effect relationship. This is the cause of this effect. They could not cross the stream as means because. We are telling the cause of this. So as is used. Their ailing mother was alone at home. Dash, they were worried. This is the cause of their worry. Their ailing mother was alone at home, and this was the cause of their worry. So we will say that is why. That is why they were worried. We can't use as, because here the result is given. When you give result, you have to use that is why, not as. If cause is given later on, then we can write as. Now they had to reach home soon. Now they had to reach home soon because their ailing mother was alone at home. Suddenly a strong wind began to blow. Ram said, dash, it seems that all is lost. Things will dash improve. There are two ideas, all is lost and things will improve. These are two contrasting ideas. So we will use though. If it seems that all is lost, what should happen? You should become depressed. But he is optimistic. He is saying everything will improve. So here is a concession. For concession we will use though. Though it seems that all is lost, things will dash improve. Dash improve certainly. Why certainly? Because we wish to emphasize the fact that things will improve. Certainly improve. They waited for an hour. Dash, finally the storm subsided. The storm subsided. They waited for an hour. These are two informations. They waited for an hour, and we are adding the information that storm subsided. For that we will use and, because we are adding information. Dash, they found a boat to reach home. What happened? Finally the storm subsided, and one more thing happened. So we will use also. Also they found a boat to reach home. Now I hope you have understood the use of connectors very well. Let us proceed with the lesson now. Controlled composition. Now we are going to write controlled composition, and before writing controlled composition, let us see what we are supposed to do in it. You may be required to change tense. First thing is changing tense of the verb according to change in the time of action. You may be given a paragraph, maybe in present tense, telling something which happened today. And then the question may be, suppose it happened at some point of time in past. Then what will you do? You will have to change the tense of the verb according to the time given to you. Time of action that is given to you again. If it is in future tense, you will change it to future tense. If it is given in past tense, you will have to change it to past tense. Second is change the verb according to the change in the person or number of the subject. You know that the verb should agree with the person and number of the subject. Change the sentences so as to mean just the opposite. Supposing we have described a boy to you, and then we may ask you to write a description of a boy, another boy who is just the opposite of this boy. How will you do it? You will have to change the adjectives which are being used, adverbs which are being used to mean just the opposite, or you may use the negatives. Instead of affirmative you will use negative, and instead of negative you will use affirmative form of sentences. Now children, here is a paragraph for you, and after reading this you will have to attempt a controlled composition exercise. The passage is, Ravi gets up at 6 a.m. and takes his dog for a walk. He returns at 7:30 and takes a bath. Now he has his breakfast and goes to school. He comes back home at 1:30 p.m. He is upset today as he has got a B in science. He hopes that it will not be repeated. Situation is, rewrite the incident as it occurred on the last Monday. Now you have to think that all these things which are said to be happening today happened on the last Monday. That means in past tense. Last Monday means past tense. So you will start as last Monday Ravi got up. Why got up? Here we had gets up. Gets up is simple present tense. We will have to change simple present to simple past because it is last Monday on which all this was happening. So Ravi got up at 6 a.m. And this is again a verb. Takes is in simple present tense. It will change to simple past. Simple past of take is took. Took his dog for a walk. He returns at 7:30. Returns. This is again simple present tense. This will be changed to simple past. He returned at 7:30 and takes. This will also change to simple past. I told you past tense of takes is took. The same will be happening here. Abad. Now. This is used for present tense. If we have to change it to past tense, we use then instead of now in the past tense. He has his breakfast. Has denotes present tense, but in past tense has changes to had. His breakfast and goes to school. Goes again is a verb. This will change to went. Past tense of go is went. Went to school. He comes back. Comes will change to came. Back home at 1:30 p.m. He is upset. Is denotes present tense. Instead of is, we are going to use was. He was upset today. Now this is not happening today. All this happened on last Monday. So this today will change to that day. As he has got a B in science, he hopes that it will not be repeated. He hopes. Hopes will change to hoped. That it will. If will is used in past tense, it changes to would. So he hoped that it would not be repeated. This is how we are going to change this passage to past tense as if it happened on last Monday. Now, next we have rewrite the incident in passage A. Passage A you attempted, you changed whatever happened with Ravi on that day to simple past tense thinking that it happened on Monday. Now we are going to rewrite the same passage as if it will happen tomorrow. Rewrite the incident in passage A thinking that it will happen tomorrow. Start as tomorrow Ravi will get up. The simple present will change to simple future tense. You have to attempt it yourself using simple future tense instead of simple present tense. Next is a passage about a boy called Rohit. You have to rewrite the passage thinking you are Rohit. That means this Rohit, instead of Rohit, the subject will be you. You call yourself I. What do you call yourself? I. So the subject will be I now. What will be the subject? I. Rohit is a boy of 10. Rohit is a boy of 10. People say he is hardworking and intelligent. He always tries to improve himself. He has learned swimming and dancing. His friends say that he is the best dancer in the group. His parents love him. So instead of he, his, him, himself, we have to use I, me, my, myself. Why? Because we are changing the person. And according to that, we will have to change the verb also. Start as I am a girl or a boy of 14. If you are a boy, you can write boy. If you are a girl, you can write girl. And write your age instead of Rohit's age because you are writing about yourself. And talk about yourself instead of about Rohit. Rohit says he learned swimming and dancing. If you have not learned swimming and dancing, you can say, I have not learned swimming and dancing, or you can say what you have learned. Okay? So change it according to you, as if it is said about you and you are telling it about yourself. Got it? I hope you understood and you will be attempting it. Now let us see what we have learned today. The meaning and types of composition. You know, we learned the meaning of composition. What is the meaning of composition? Putting together different words and sentences in coherent form so as to make a complete meaning. This is called a composition. And types of composition, I told you, there is narrative, descriptive, expository and argumentative types of writing. Some connectors and their uses, we learned connectors, we use them in fill in the blanks. How to write controlled composition. We attempted controlled composition also. I hope you understood the lesson very well. Now comes your assignment. This is very interesting and I will request you to please do it. Read books and newspapers and find passages, one of each type. We have discussed types of writings, narrative, descriptive, expository and argumentative. You have to find out passages after reading some books or newspaper of each kind, narrative, descriptive, expository and argumentative. As you read these passages, pick out connectors. You have to pick out connectors and note their function, what function they are performing in that sentence. Use the connectors that you pick out. You have picked out some connectors. Now try to use them in your own sentences and use your imagination there. Don't try to copy down what is written there. Use your imagination. Write your own sentences. And good luck for your assignments and for your studies at home.